Joining so far. Been a lot of fun commentating, but enough of that. We're going to be getting into our next set here. MPG versus Steffen, Mega Man versus Steve. Here we go. Now, MPG, definitely no stranger to the Mega Man matchup, if you recall. He did defeat Yanni to make it out of pools at Let's Make Big Moves. So this is definitely a matchup he's no slouch in. I'm very curious to see how it will go. And I think it's going to be a pretty similar game of just kind of getting your momentum going. Because if he can pressure Steve and just wear him out of materials, then that's when MPG is really, really going to start to snowball. But like, if Steffen can just kind of play his defensive game, make sure he's got materials, and then he can also just kind of snowball over MPG.
Yeah, I think this is very much. It's very similar play styles that we're going to see here. It's almost going to feel like a Ditto, I think, where. Whoa!
Fair spike. That's going to be it for MPG's first stock of the set. Oh. Steve blocks are like... Steve's been out as a character for so long, and it's still like, what the hell is happening?
It's just so comical.
Dude,
nice
just
minecart there.
Dude builds a Rube Goldberg machine and takes me to 80. It's like, what just happened, bro?
He's building a house, man. You're in his house.
It's his house, and we're just lucky to be living in it. But MPG, like, down a full stock at this point. Looks like he's really got to find a way. Now it looks like Steffen's pretty low materials. If MPG can find his stock now, he's going to be looking real nice. I don't think his percent deficit's going to matter as much because the blocks seem to be really what's messing him up.
Yeah, I think Steffen has just been using them so well in just immediately recognizing situations where MPG wants to smother him like we were talking about before.
Right.
And just using the blocks to say, you know what, these tools can't get through it. I'm just going to sit here behind here, and you can decide when you want to approach in a way that I can punish.
One thing that I saw is that a lot of times Steve will build the wall, force the aerial approach, and then up smash to punish.
Yeah.
MPG is down there. He doesn't have to worry about that. Down air just goes through the up smash, so that's going to be something Steffen's going to have to find ways to work around.
Absolutely.
That time and back air going to kill that. Another example of a back air that is just waft. Down throw F smash.
That was a hell of a combo.
It's crazy. It's like Steve is one of those characters, he just keeps hitting you with new shit, and it's like, what the hell am I supposed to do?
I think he's probably got the most potential for these creative combos out of all of the cats, just because you can put a block anywhere.
Oh, for sure. Blocks are like, when I first saw it, I'm like, that looks pretty good, but I didn't realize how much of a game changer it would be to literally just be able to create platforms, refresh your jumps, cancel your end lag with the block breaking. It's like,
it does everything.
The potential this character has feels limitless at times.
And honestly, I mean, people complain about him, and I understand why people would complain about this character, but at the same time, you know, when you're looking at this, when you look at the amount of, like, creative ways that players find to create and maintain advantageous situations, and the fact that it's just different every time is really, it's a very cool character to watch, I think.
Yeah, honestly, I agree. Like, of course.
Whoa!
MPG, hold up.
God,
I'll get my
my
thoughts on the
DI.
character after this, because we are looking at a last stock, last hit situation right now in this game one.
When he turned this around.
Diamond on Steffen going to make things pretty scary for MPG, but MPG got a few heavy hitting kill moves of his own.
God. MPG's just been finding these F smashes left and right the second half of that game.
If you recall correctly, MPG was down a full stock at the beginning of this game.
He was down a stock and a half.
What a comeback from MPG.
I blinked and he was ahead.
That's just how MPG is, honestly. Like,
true.
Once he figures you out, you are gone. Such an amazing player. All right, getting into game two here. It honestly looks like I can't really tell much of what Steffen was doing wrong per se. It was just kind of like once he used all of his materials, MPG just like never let up. So I'm curious to see what strategies Steffen will have to circumvent that, or if MPG is just going to roll over him all the same.
Yeah, and I think to that effect, too. I think MPG's kind of starting to figure out, like, okay, you can hide behind these walls, and I can just break them and hold back afterwards. And you have no choice but to either leave yourself vulnerable or build another wall. And he's just depleting materials that way. And I think that's a very smart move on his part.
Right.
Oh, there's the TNT, almost going to kill.
And one of the things like that we saw earlier is that MPG, while Mega Man has ways to break the blocks between, like, Fair shreds them really badly, we see him go over it with the down air, and Steffen can't anti-air him because he can't cover that high that quickly.
Yeah. And here it is again. He's just maintaining that constant mid-range pressure to force Steffen to make, what, like a dozen blocks there.
Yeah.
That's just resources down the drain. Steffen now with only one dirt block, it looks like.
We're seeing more or less the same song and dance from game one, but let's see if MPG will be able to make his comeback all the same. Looking like it right now, though. If MPG can keep this momentum going, Steffen's going to be in a world of trouble.
And it's funny, too, with these players, because you look at these percents, and it just doesn't matter. This is an even game.
Oh, yeah.
Both of them can kill each other in a single interaction, but there's the Diamond Bear. Going to take MPG's second stock. Let's see if he has an answer to this. Steffen now at 35%.
Yeah, like, see, like, he's pressuring with pellets. Steffen builds a wall, and he responds by going over with the down air. I think, actually, what we're seeing here, Steffen positioning himself under the platform is going to be really scary for MPG to deal with. Because I don't know if I'm stupid or something, but I don't know if Mega Man down air can go through the platform.
I think it can.
It can, like,
No?
kind of clip if the character's tall enough to go over it, but it can't go
But I don't think it
through.
can go
And
through.
it needs a very specific timing to do so.
In which case, yeah, then Steffen positioning under these platforms is going to be his best bet, I think. Because that's going to keep MPG from going over him with the down air.
Yeah, I think he's starting to catch on to this strategy of just forcing these blocks and approaching with that dare, and he's saying, like, okay, you know what? I can take that trade. I can be the winner of these interactions either way. You know, you get the approach, but I get the percent lead in the end.
Text, though, on the blocks just, like, the fact that they give Steve ways to, like, live longer. Oh, the SD from MPG. He uses Rush Coil, bounces off. It's going to be it for MPG in that game, too. Steffen getting himself on the board here with a pretty strong game, too. I like the adaptations we were seeing to the ways MPG was dealing with blocks. Like, he realized that MPG was kind of coming over, and then he was able to cover himself above and just give himself a the mind. Playing around the platforms, keeping MPG from anti-airing him, and just able to get his hits, find his hits really, really well. So great adaptation from Steffen in that game, too.
It'll be interesting to see if MPG has a better answer to, in this third game to get past these blocks. I kind of got an air of, like, he seemed almost impatient that game. Like, he wanted to get past those blocks as soon as possible once Steffen was done building.
The thing about MPG is that he's just, like, naturally a very aggressive player.
Oh, absolutely.
He is able, like, he knows when to slow down the pace, though, and I think that's what we're going to see him try to do in this game 3. I think he's got to, like, but he can't have the pace too slow, because that's when Steve wins. So he's got to find, like, a kind of happy medium here where he can apply pressure to Steffen without committing in ways that will get him punished.
Yeah, looking for that Goldilocks zone. MPG now an advantage here. Good ledge trap coming out. Steffen able to find his way back on the stage.
Right now, we're seeing a pretty even game so far. MPG got stage advantage right now, and he's only just finding more damage off it. Is he going to be able to find his edge guard here? He finds the Metal Blade. Oh, great recovery missile from Steffen. So now Steffen's just kind of trying to regain his bearings, retreat, get materials.
It was a very good dash attack to call out that fair.
But
He's
MPG
definitely seeing where MPG wants to play it aggressively like that and just calling it out. And
right. Great
weird
left
ways
jump
to
back air.
check.
One of the things that he, like, that surprised me about MPG when I first started seeing it was his use of Metal Blade and the way he just works it into his combo game. Every time I see somebody get Metal Blade Z dropped on them, I'm like, oh god, they're about to take 80. Just like he converts into like anything off of it. It is insane.
I'm very afraid to see when he starts implementing that infinite.
Infinite. There's an infinite?
It was an infinite or it was close to it. It was a frame perfect Metal Blade drop tech.
Oh, right. It was like
takes it at like 100 and is a true combo into bear.
It was like the, you do like grab Metal Blade and then you do like a RAR Z drop or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that, yeah. I think that's what it was. But MPG looking amazing in this game 3 right now. We're seeing him in the position Steffen was in game 1. And MPG, we saw what happens when he gets momentum. And he only takes it further and further, and that is exactly what we're seeing right now, MPG!
Oh my god.
Amazing stock from MPG.
And you know, that's huge too, because now he's called out the cart in such a dangerous way that Steffen really kind of has his options limited going forward in recovering. He can't just throw out a cart to get back to the stage from the middle of the blast zone like that anymore, because now MPG is ready for that. He's ready to catch it with a bear. He's ready to take that stock for trying to rush back to stage like that.
This is looking grim for Steffen.
F smash.
The 3 stock from MPG.
He only took 10% that last stock.
This kid's insane, bro. Oh my god.
Look at that, less than. He was at 140 with Steffen at second stock. He was at 149 when the game ended.
This kid is insane.
9.2% in a full stock from Steve.
That's what happens when MPG